So, after an unbelievable Tuesday night, attentions turn to the weekend where another team can be confirmed promoted and one more confirmed as relegated. But without further ado, let's get straight into the predictions. So, starting off then, we've got Oxford who take on Stevenage. Oxford needing a win to bounce back after the midweek defeat versus Lincoln. That narrow 1-0 loss will really hurt them. As to be fair, they were a decent side throughout the game, but that penalty just was the difference in that game. And obviously they had no reply. Stevenage obviously losing Steve Evans midweek will not have helped them in their preparations for this game, but with everything pretty much gone now in terms of the playoffs, I think they're going to lose this one anyway. I think they would have done anyway. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 home win here. Oxford need to win. I think they are going to win, and perhaps they could leapfrog Barnsley here. Next up, it's a bit of a dead rubber game. Two teams on the beach here. Not much really to it. Northampton, they were safe a while ago, not really doing a lot. Exeter been on fine form recently, but it's safe to say that neither side has anything to play for here. I'm going to predict a pretty boring one. As I say, I think both teams are just going to take their foot off the gas and be happy to play out a 1-1 draw here. Well, from two teams that had nothing to play for to two teams with everything still to play for, Blackpool and Barnsley still in and around the playoffs, but at two different ends of it. Barnsley obviously holding all the cards, but is it starting to slip away from them? Still needing a win from their last two matches. This game is vital. As for Blackpool, they're chasing, but with 3 wins on the bounce, it is safe to say that they are continuing that chase in good fashion. I'm going to predict a home win here, as I just can't see Barnsley getting the job done at the minute. It's so hard for them, as all they need is 3 points to guarantee playoffs. But if they got into the playoffs, would they be any good anyway? With the form that they're in, I'm not too sure. So I'm going to predict a home win here. I'm going to go 3-1 to the Seasiders. After a frustrating one in midweek for Bolton, where they drew 2-2 to Shrewsbury and really took the pressure off us, they need to bounce back if they want to keep any pressure on Derby, as it seems to have all but faded. If they do not win here and Derby win, they could be confirmed as a playoff team, which is never a good thing after being in the position that they were not too long ago. It is such a shame for them to have to settle for that, and it'll be a real question now if Ian Evatt can get his side up for that playoff campaign. I do think they are going to win here narrowly and probably send Port Vale down in the process, but I'm going to go with a 1-0 home win. Well, after saying that Bristol Rovers had taken their foot off the gas, they seem to have bounced back really with 2 quite impressive wins. However, I'm not sure they were playing teams with anything to play for. As for Peterborough, they managed to bounce back after a bit of a shock defeat not too long ago. It is vital that they do win here to keep the momentum going now. I think that promotion is too far out of the picture, but they need to come into the playoffs in a good state of mind. So I do think they're going to win here fairly comfortably. The Posh have been a fantastic side to watch all season. I think they're going to continue this here with a very comfortable 3-0 away win, and they are my odds-on team to win the playoffs. After a frustrating one on Tuesday night, Burton will be looking to bounce back here against Reading. But Reading are a good side here. They're clearly trying to fight to the end of the season, get as many points on the board and build momentum going forward for the next campaign. As I say, Burton could have sealed survival last time out, but defeat against fellow relegation rivals Cheltenham meant that they at least have to wait another match day. I do think they are going to lose here. However, they are probably going to be safe come the end of Saturday night, as I can't really see other teams getting all 3 points. So I'm going to go with a narrow away win here to Reading, but it could go either way. I'm going to go with a 2-1 away win, but I say hopefully for Burton they get the job done. So from one team that are chasing survival for one team that are confirmed as relegated, Carlisle host Wycombe in their penultimate game in Sky Bet League 1. Hopefully they'll be back in a couple of years' time. It's really tough down in League 2 at the minute, so I'm not sure if they'll be able to bounce straight back up, but they need to make the most of the time while they've still got here. You know, they've been a good side in terms of their fan base. Obviously on the pitch, they've struggled this season and they are where they are for a reason. As for Wycombe, it doesn't look like they're taking their foot off the gas despite having nothing to play for. So I do believe they are going to go and do a job here. It seems important for them that they do come into the next season in a good stead. I think they're going to be up there next season. I think they're going to be a team that will challenge for at least the playoffs, and we've seen them in recent years being able to get into the Championship on a couple of occasions. So they're a team for me that they need to look out for next season. I'm going to go with a 2-0 away win here, and the Chairboys look to maintain this run until the end of the season. So over to the Valley, and I can see a bit of a shock happening here. Charlton just look like a team that are coasting into the end of the season. Maybe Shrewsbury will be a little bit revived by that draw against Bolton, but it's the end of the season. Anything can happen, really. I'm going to go with a bit of a freak here. I'm going to go with a 3-0 away win to Shrewsbury. listen, anything can happen in these last two matches. Both teams are taking their foot off the pedal, and I can just see a bit of a strange one happening. Nothing more to it, really. Well, over to two teams that are still fighting for something at either end of the table. Cheltenham obviously getting that win against Burton is massive for them and staying in this league. As for Lincoln, it was a vital one that they beat Oxford in midweek as well. So two teams coming off the back of very impressive results. I can just see Lincoln edging this one again here. They're the better side on paper, and unfortunately this may lead to Cheltenham getting relegated. So I am going to go with a very close away 1-0 win here for Lincoln that could see them enter back into the playoffs, which will be huge for them this season as it's about a year ahead of schedule. Over to Leyton Orient versus Fleetwood, where this is a real tough one to call for me. I'm not too sure how this one's going to go. I'm going to go with a Fleetwood win as I just believe that they need it a little bit more. They look really good against Peterborough, so unlucky to miss 2 penalties. But at the end of the day, if you don't take your chances, you don't deserve to stay in the league. If they don't win here, if they do lose rather, they will be relegated on Saturday. I think they're going to win though. I back the Cods to win 2-1. A massive win it would be for them. And hopefully for them they can take it to at least the final day. Well, on to the champions. Portsmouth versus Wigan. What a day it was on Tuesday. And I can't really put it into words. This team have been special all season. I'm not sure how much of a team we're going to have come Saturday, but I'm still confident we're going to win the game. Again, neither side really has got much to play for. It's going to be a fantastic party atmosphere as we lift the league title. I say any excuse really. I've watched Conor Shaughnessy's goal a lot of times in the last day. Like I say, I can't really put it into words. Still, it's been a couple of days now. I'm going to go with a 4-2 home win and hopefully to cap off an unbelievable year. And but yeah, I don't really care. We could lose 7-0. I wouldn't be bothered. So finally then, Cambridge versus Derby. Should Derby win here and Bolton slip up, they would be confirmed in Sky Bet Championship for next season. A massive game for them. If they win this one, I say we could see a pitch invasion at the Abbey come 5:30 on Saturday. I do think that Derby will win here fairly comfortably. They're a good side. They've been grinding out results all season. Obviously, that little blip of 2 games where they dropped points has really sealed the title for Portsmouth. And but I'm going to go with an away win. I'm going to go with a 2-0 comfortable win. I think that they will have to wait until the final day, but they will put themselves within a point of promotion. So that about wraps things up. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe. And as I say, enjoy the rest of the season. I know I certainly will. And I say I'll see you in the next one.